We all recognize this screen by now. We've seen it a million times. It's the closest we get to a title screen for Alice.
Turtle proved that being
getting annoyed at this part.
Yeah, we just sort of unceremoniously got dumped into another filler level.
Yeah.
The end of the game appears to be mostly filler levels.
Yeah, it's as I said, it's kind of disheartening because I remember this game being really good, and apparently for whatever reason I blacked out all these levels.
If you block out a lot of mediocre stuff, it is very good.
Everything's better when you forget the stuff that sucked. That's a healthy coping mechanism. I have never had anything wrong with my mental health.
I mean, you could almost say that unironically about Alice, because the highs are extremely high. And then most of the game is just not even lows, it's nothing. Voids.
Yeah, it's that old thing about how a bad game is memorable, a mediocre one isn't. You know?
Yep, totally.
And yeah, just on this replay, I'm forced to say like a lot of this is sadly mediocre. The good bits are fantastic. The visuals, the design and the visuals are still like 10 out of 10, like chunky polygons and all. But yeah, having played especially the sequel, I'm just like, yeah, this could have been a lot better.
And the underwater has a lot of free space for them to maneuver around explosions.
Yeah.
Which they're not even doing on purpose, but it is likely to happen on accident. Let's not drown myself after all that. And this is just simple straight shot to a weight thing that we discovered last time.
Yes.
Flush the toilet.
It's like a turd that won't flush. The only good line in Waterworld.
I feel like Dennis Hopper had several good lines.
It's the one that I remember.
I mean, his eye looked like shit and felt like cold shit.
Ah, yeah. Forgot about that one.
Definitely save-worthy.
Yep.
And now that we're saved, someone in the YouTube comments pointed out something that I missed last time. And thankfully, we get a trillion opportunities to go back to basically any moment in the entire game that we could possibly want to. So this is immediately after the Jabberwock fight. How did I miss that?
You know, I have
Humpty Dumpty was right next to me this whole time.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. And he's indicating this block that we can very easily push just by bumping into it.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
Yeah. Humpty Dumpty has already had his fall. He doesn't say a damn thing, which is disappointing.
Yeah, surprising.
But it's cool that we get to see him at least. It's so obvious. You can see him from the starting point. How did I miss this?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a secret because it allows you to unlock the secret weapon.
Ah. I
through
knew
here.
that it was behind a hidden wall somewhere.
Yep. There it is.
The blunderbuss.
A blunderbuss in the hands of a blockhead is a catastrophe waiting to happen. You're not a dunderhead, but exercise great care.
You're not a complete moron.
There. I killed the Cheshire Cat with the blunderbuss.
Yeah, it's this game's equivalent of the BFG.
Yeah, it's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, it takes out everything on the screen in one go, but takes all your mana. File under, awesome but impractical.
Yep. Pretty much just a gimmick weapon.
I think it takes your mana needs to be full to begin with as well.
Oh, that's what these guys do, the ghost guys. They steal your mana, which is why I did not have full mana. with which to use the blunderbuss.
In the hands of a blockhead is a
So you gotta die. The blammo.
Not a dunderhead, but exercise.
It looks like that was almost a unique death animation as well.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it was on fire, so it might have been reacting to the fire as well.
Yeah, possibly.
Don't know if it has an alternate fire, the blunderbuss. In fact, I know it doesn't. I'm hitting the alternate fire now. Nothing's happening.
I've heard.
Try firing it with almost full mana.
I've heard that
Nothing.
you can take out the bosses in like one shot with them, but yeah, there's not really that much point in using it. It's got a big area of effect, does lots of damage, but as we said, it leaves you completely defenseless afterwards.
Practically a joke weapon.
Yep.
It does sound like the sort of word that Lewis Carroll would have come up with, though.
Blunderbuss is an actual thing.
Oh, yeah. I know enough about American Civil Wars to know that much. Civil Wars, plural, implying there will be another.
It's only a matter of time.
So we'll get some air before head down the pipe with a bad perspective. So you can't see the holes in the grating.
Yeah, definitely could have used some better texturing there.
Yep. Ah, there's air here.
Also could have used a goddamn air bar.
Yep. That's like the Achilles heel of the swimming sections. You don't know whether or not you're drowning.
It's not like the games that didn't have an air bar for swimming didn't have other ways of telling you, like sound cues or whatever.
Yeah. Anything would have been better than nothing.
Yep.
Uh-oh. More fish. Fish never end.
Welcome to our new show, Endless Parade of Fish.
Okay. Oh, there's more over here. Of course. How do I move? Didn't kill a single one of them. There.
Grab some air quickly.
Oh, the last one got me, because of course. That was not the right way. And now I'm stuck. You cannot fight the fan. Wonderful. It continues spinning me around even after I'm dead.
So did the fan actually suck you in?
Yes. As usual, no particles or anything to indicate that anything is moving.
That's why I was confused. I thought you were stuck in the geometry or something.
Yeah, no. Once the fan grabs you, if you do not immediately leave that area, its area of effect, you are dead.
See, I'm wondering if that isn't some kind of... Because I could have sworn there was some, thing that showed you that, yes, this was a dangerous fan. So I don't know if that's the, missing particle effect or something.
Very well could be. I mean, there are effects for wind and stuff that typically were not applied to blowing wind that we saw in other levels. But they could have been, and they probably were supposed to be.
Yeah. And EA is notoriously slapdash with these kind of remasters.
Yeah. Since this is likely to be real bastard.
Not a bad idea.
Yep. Go high this time. Refill on air.
How long are we supposed to
It was
wait
very
here?
simple.
Who knows?
Yep. I fully expected those fans to suck you in. I just did not expect it to be that powerful.
Yeah.
Plus, I timed it wrong and had issues, and then I went right into a wall.
As I said, it looked more like you were stuck on the level geometry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see why that would appear to be the case. Poor fish.
Yeah.
Thought this was a Lewis Carroll adaptation. It's a Dr. Seuss adaptation. 1 fish, 2 fish, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc.
Unfortunately, there's just mostly blue fish that we're seeing.
True. Use a little bit of variety. What?
Okay, that
Looking
hit
down
you
the hallway.
through the floor.
Yep. These fish are terrible. What?
Did you load instead of saving there?
Must have. Oh well, nothing I had done was difficult.
Yeah.
Now we don't want to be here at all. Guess I was in the right area. Infuriatingly enough. Love to start a video in a swimming section.
I'd say, no, wait, stick with us, it gets better, but at this point, that's not a guarantee.
Nah, not really. Okay. Immediate portal. The hell out of there.
Yeah. Just as I got the guide up.
That'll be good to have for safety, because each of these other areas is a maze.
Yep. Apparently this one is relatively straightforward.
Surprisingly loud. I did not like how I was sliding off of that gear.
That was a bit dicey. No pun intended.
Yep.
Okay, maybe a
taken.
little intended. Just as a treat.
Shoot me with bombs. I have no good way to retaliate.
You know, for some reason I didn't think you could climb up there.
Yeah, you would think not, but as soon as I saw it, I realized by the rules of the game I should be able to climb that. Guess I'll just blast him into the lava where I can't get his health. We'll try the jacks. Jacks are pretty reliable.
And the jacks are just basically a straight upgrade from the cards.
Banshees. Guess I can't use the cards on the rocket launcher guy. Gotta save them for the Banshees. They've been a nightmare since the very beginning of the game.
I was actually doing a bit of reading up on it. Apparently, the Banshees use much the same mechanics as the railgun from Quake 3. Except scaled up, because that was able to knock people all around the map if you aimed properly.
They have like a constant railgun, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, a constant effect that does a little damage, but can royally fuck you up.
Yep. Does little damage for a very long time. Yeah, the jacks destroy them.
Yeah, not quite a one-hit kill, but that's only because it's doing like 70 hits at once.
Yeah, see how they like it. Getting hit 1,000 times simultaneously. I don't trust this jump. See?
Damn you,
Every time.
gravity!
Okay. Does work.
Okay. Again, surprised.
Not quite sure what fired that fireball at me, but whatever, no follow through.
I think it might have been the card guard from before.
Definitely not. They have rocket launchers. There has been a different enemy that fired fireballs like that. Well, my dress does catch this updraft. Eventually. Still no indication of what that slamming sound is.
Yeah.
Starting to think it's an Akira Yamaoka, like, soundtrack touch.
Silent Hill did come out a couple of years before this.
That settles it.
The OMG Head and Silent Hill reference that they didn't want you to know about.
It's the Yamaoka Slam.
Which sounds like it should be a wrestling move.
Yeah. We got something over here, which is death. I just gaze upon my own death if I want to. Man, those gaps in the gears do not work.
Yeah. It's an interesting idea, but not in a good way.
Catch you and they drag you right into the wall where they deal a bunch of damage.
Thankfully, it's not that much, because that could have been quite nasty.
Yeah, it seems like they're supposed to, like, kill you very quickly, but thankfully they don't work in that way either. Think the other one died?
Nope.
Nope. Not even slightly. But now very slightly.
Teeny.
Okay. For some reason we're just pouring water into the lava. It's like they're trying to make obsidian, but really they're just ruining water.
Yeah. It's... like, it feels like this place is meant to be some kind of ironworks.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Can't say I expected these guys.
The thing is, all these sort of like industrial places were associated with the Hatter, and he's long gone.
Yeah.
Like,
There's been confused theming throughout all the artwork in the entire game.
yeah, it feels like someone came along and just shuffled some of the stages around, just because.
Yeah.
Like, this should have been like the heart of the Hatter's, level set.
Yep. While we're at it, the Jabberwock definitely should have had some levels of its own.
Yeah. He kind of comes in and goes, "Hi, I'm here as part of a contractually obligated boss fight."
Yeah, I mean, I realized in editing that the Jabberwock fight takes place in Alice's burned out home. There should have been at least like a quiet walk through Alice's burned out house.
Something to give it some
Beforehand.
kind of, like, that is something they do better in the sequel. There's lots of pickups that give you little bits of background info on her life before the fire and so on.
Yeah, but even that, like background lore stuff, that is not nearly as good as subtle environmental storytelling, which they could have had us like go through a suburban area that gets gradually more distorted, and then you end up in your own burned out house.
Exactly, yeah.
That's where you have to confront the Jabberwock.
To be honest, the Jabberwock gets done even dirtier in the sequel.
Glorious.
There's one cutscene where a character's face transforms into the Jabberwock, and you're thinking, oh, okay, holdover from the previous game. Clearly, they're setting the Jabberwock up as Alice's nemesis. Because, I mean, it's kind of implied here that, there is some kind of connection between the two. Nope. Nope, that's the only time you ever see him.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It doesn't even show up as an enemy or a boss or anything. Just shows up in one cutscene and that's it. I didn't even know it was the Jabberwock until I went and read a thing about it. I was like, why does that character transform into a sort of weird, wide-mouthed creature? Oh, that's why. Could have told us that beforehand, because I definitely wasn't the only one who, hadn't played the game in about a decade before they got around to playing the sequel.
The sheer amount of missed opportunities in this series is quite baffling.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
This should have been, it's a lazy connection, but this series should have been like the David Lynch of video games,
Yeah.
Most people bounce off it immediately, but it resonates with a big group of people, and, because of that, it gets a strong following. And it has a strong following, but not in the way it should have.
Mm-hmm.
It's more, it has a following in spite of. As much as I like the game, I can't say it's a good one.
Yep. Cleverness is all in the visuals. 0% in the storytelling. And the game design is questionable at best.
Yeah, it's the visuals, it's the atmosphere. I think a big part of it is the fact that there was literally nothing like this at the time it came out. Still today, the only games like this are this game, the sequel, maybe Lies of P.
Actually, there's a new survival horror, Elisa.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
that might be worth checking out.
Then you've got games that are just outright ripping on the character designs.
Yep.
Like, there's Shameless, and then there's whatever the hell that is. Although I have heard it is actually a fairly decent game.
Yeah, it is supposed to be part of the quality survival horror renaissance.
Yeah. I've heard that it's a good 7 out of 10 kind of game. Not gonna stick with you, not gonna rock your world, but you're gonna like it while you're playing it. And it does have that all-important PS1 quality graphic.
Love it. This one is from the PS1 era, but it doesn't look like a PS1 game.
No. There was plans to release it on the PS1, but for whatever reason they fell through. Which I think...
I have to imagine it would be multiple discs.
It probably would have been at least 2 discs if they didn't cut corners.
Yeah.
But they also probably would have had to tighten up the controls quite a bit.
True.
Because on the one hand, you don't have Spyro on the PC, but you've got it on the PS1. And if you don't give people that level of quality with the controls and so forth, you're asking for trouble.
Speaking of asking for trouble, almost missed that jump and had to redo the entire room. I had no idea how much of a miracle it would be every time they introduced a new monster type. They only introduced like 10 different monsters in the entire game.
Yeah, I was thinking back, and to be honest, from this point on, the only thing I really remember is the encounter with the Red Queen.
You gotta be getting pretty close to.
Yeah, you'll see why when we get there. I think we're only about 6 or so stages from the end of the game.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is Labyrinthine Revenge. 4, 5. Yeah, 6 exactly.
Please climb up, Alice. Why is sidling even a thing in this game? You never ever have to sidle.
Yeah, I can only assume there was going to be more that sort of like jumping off platforms to get under overhangs. then climbing back up, because that was mystifyingly popular at this time.
Yep. I don't think it has happened even one time.
Yeah, I'm sure it hasn't.
So instead, it just means every time you want to climb up an edge, you have to sidle a whole bunch.
And yeah, absolutely does not help that Alice is so slow to climb up. She's not Lara Croft.
Nay. Almost got impaled. Yeah, big, loud spade. This is what's been slamming this whole level.
That would make sense, I think.
I don't know. That seems like way too loud of a slam. Such a simple obstacle.
I wonder if you can use the time stop on these.
Probably. Let's try it out. Why not? It's not easy. There's a slight delay between when you pull out the watch and when it actually stops time. And it locks the door on the other side.
Of course it does. Genuinely don't know if they did that as a fuck you to anyone who might have tried bypassing it, or if they just didn't think about it. Because if it's the former, kudos.
Yeah. But like I've said, most of the design doesn't reek of the kind of deliberateness that would suggest they would have middle fingers for the player in the first place.
I was going to say deliberation, but kind of.
Yeah, there's so many words that have the deliberate or parts of the word deliberate in it that I never realized before and are in no way related to the word deliberate.
It's like how there's only, 5 words in the English language that have meow in it? Meow, meowed, meows, meowing, and homeowner. And every time you see the word homeowner written down, you're going to notice the meow in the middle of it.
Why has that not been made into a pun video game yet?
Honestly, I'm shocked. I mean, they already made cat lateral damage.
Yeah. Going with much worse puns. Freedom from another level. One of these upcoming levels has a second blunderbuss in it.
I'm dizzy.
They also don't make the Cheshire Cat sound like a really upset child. I'm dizzy. I'm bored. I need to pee.
Yep. Could have done more with the Cheshire Cat. It's just a tutorial who pops by every so often.
Yeah. There is a button that you can press to, I don't know if it's in this version, but you can press it to summon him, and he'll say something about the current area you're in. But it's mostly just generic, oh, watch your step, Alice, you don't know what's around the next corner.
Yep.
And he
I would expect as much.
doesn't show up too often in the sequel either. Less than in this one, I think.
See, that's what they need. Alice appears to be attached to some of these characters. And then, like, the only thing that happens to any of them is that the White Rabbit gets crushed.
White Rabbit...
Rather unceremoniously.
If I remember, the Caterpillar shows up in the sequel. He does nothing.
He doesn't do anything in this game either.
To be honest, the sequel is more invested in the human characters for some reason. Don't know why.
I hate those guys.
No one cares about them.
Yeah.
Like, I would...
It's a furry activation game. Don't they realize that?
See, it just makes me think of how in, like, all the cartoons of the 80s and 90s, no one cared about the humans. They always wanted to focus... They always wanted the shows to focus more on the weird aliens and robots.
Totally. Just you could sell toys of those. No one wants a human toy.
Yeah.
So far, this isn't very hard.
Yeah. I think
It's been some of our most complicated platforming.
I'm going to say Cheshire might have been onto something when he said he was dizzy, because, ooh boy.
There is that. It's a little disorienting. Oh, why didn't you grab the edge? Maybe we're not allowed to grab the edge on things that are moving.
Would make sense.
And I've seen games with that limitation.
Can't say I agree, but I understand. I just realized this is a Castlevania level.
True, yeah. Even in the music. It's taking me down. I don't want to go down. I guess we're going to this pizza cutter. Ha. Pizza cutter goes to another gear. I immediately, every time I save, I immediately hurl myself off the edge.
Alice goes to her doom in the abyss.
Yep. All part of the story. Lewis Carroll definitely had pages upon pages saying Alice then jumped into a pit and then reloaded her save.
Gonna say, if that's the worst thing Lewis Carroll had in his journals, I'm okay with it.
True. He might have been one of those guys who is surreal in an unpleasant way.
Yes. Would have been friends with Henry Darder.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Close one. So where do we want to go?
Playing Turbo Overkill the other day, and it has a few too many areas just like this, where you climb to the top of some massive structure and you're like, okay, now what the hell do I do?
Yeah. I think that's our ticket out of here. Right there. This actually works because we're so late game that we're kind of used to the visual design and thus can sort of parse where we're supposed to go next at any given time. I'd almost say
it's good level design, but I get the feeling it's entirely by accident.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I'm willing to give them the point on this one.
Yeah, portal's just up on that ledge there. Let's maybe try and jump on the peak.
Ooh, I would hate if that were the case, but it's probably the case. So, oh no, the teeth have this thing, so I'd have to go between the thing, and then run along the thing.
Go to the thing to get the thing.
Yeah. We're on the same page. Ugh. Overshot it. At least we probably figured it out.
Literally the guide. Jump onto the giant horizontal spinning cogwheel and then wait for it to spin around until you can jump on another thing. Not the thing at the start of this room. Jump on the
There we go, it's officially a thing. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, it smashed me. Damn you, the thing.
It's okay, you're still my favorite John Carpenter movie.
That's all the thing has going for it at this point. A flop that briefly ruined John Carpenter's career.
Still considers it one of his own favorite movies that he's made.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Everyone loves it, but they didn't at the time of release.
No.
Because they were wrong.
Had the unfortunate habit of coming out at the same time as E.T. I think E.T. came out the month before, famously. Came out the same year as Blade Runner as well, I think, which was another infamously massive flop that was vindicated by time.
Come on.
It's just funny how so many of these videos we wind up talking about the Thing.
I mean, it's a good thing to talk about. Okay, not sure what the point of this little platform is, but whatever. Beat another level. Uh-oh. That seems like a crash.
But on the other hand, it lets us see the whole map.
Hooray! Okay, here is exactly where the game started crashing last week, and I should have it fixed now.
Moment of truth.
It just needed to run as administrator.
Hey!
Yeah. Final level of the game. Jabberwock's back, and so is the Griffin.
Oh, the magnificent calamity. Holy shit, it's Dragon Ball Z!
I was gonna say.
Jabberwock is powering up the Spirit Bomb.
This is extremely atonal for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Hell of a note to go out on, but I like it.
How typical. How foolish you were to think you could overcome your guilt.
Well, who wants fried chicken?
I mean, the Jabberwock does have fire breath. So.
Yeah. Oh, and he's gonna rain fire on me. I too shall be the fried chicken. He's not gonna spend a lot of time on the ground. Maybe I should give him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, I was going to say, use the ice staff, see if that works. Or I imagine it would just piss him off more than anything.
It seemed like it did something.
Yeah, it seemed to...
But it sure ain't easy to get a beat on him.
Yeah. At least it seemed to stun him in some way.
Yeah. No, I'm not seeing any real reaction.
No.
From the Jabberwock himself. Other than to burn me a lot.
Hello, this is probably going, fingers crossed, going to be the last Alice stream.
If nothing goes catastrophically wrong.
Yeah. This is the last batch of levels that we're going into.
Loves his fire, this guy. No wonder the Griffin's dead. Okay, if we throw the alt fire for the Jax, it at least hits him.
Yeah, I think you need to wait until he gets down low enough, though, because that seems to be a crapshoot at best.
Yeah. Tends to spend a very, very short time close to the ground, though. Oh. And the edge. Well, I can try the staff some more, but it goes through mana like crazy. He's on the ground. Stayed on the ground for a bit of a while, too, before he instant killed me with something.
Yeah, when he's doing... You can do a standing melee attack that apparently can take up to 3/4 of your health in one go.
Perfect.
Any less than that is basically a one-hit kill.
he's not getting his blue sparkles to indicate that he's taking damage. So that just wasn't working for some reason.
Sounded like something exploded, though.
Yeah, that's the Jabberwock staff itself.
Ah, right.
After it does a sustained laser, it explodes.
It just sounded like there was a... I don't know, like his backpack exploded or something.
Something like that. Ugh. Useless. Weapon off in the distance. Maybe I could leap over there and grab that.
I mean, nothing says you have to fight him.
How I wish that were true. Got a nice stun animation or two out of him. One of my health refills disappeared. Okay, that's on the corner that never respawns the health refill. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah,
Sort of.
I think that's the best single round you've done against him so far.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be fire breathing anymore, except on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, laser spewing, he's blowing up. And he's dead.
Oh, okay.
You've
Well, that was a
destroyed
whole
my
laser
guardian
off.
house.
That was a whole lot of nothing.
Avenged my death.
Yeah, basically.
Enter the ultimate battle.
Must I fight on? Can't the Red Queen be persuaded to surrender?
True words and logic rarely defeat evil intent. She is still strong.
Well, that's
So
well
many have been
said.
harmed.
But I've seen so many people that
message.
claim to have been destroyed by
Which we
facts and
call
logic.
justice. She
That's-
made this world.
Sort of true. You make a good argument.
You must lead our forces against her.
I'm not sure I know how to lead.
Do your best.
Walk in front of everyone else.
You can only do your best. You can always do best.
Do best better. A blah.
You best do can.
He actually did go a blah.
He ended up being a very comedic character.
I love you, Colonel Sanders.
Is that a weapon, or is there just a bonfire off on an
Looks like
island
a
that we could never
bonfire, I
reach?
think.
That is super weird. I should probably save.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to do that boss fight again, because it was horrible.
Without Griffin, our forces are leaderless, and a battle has begun. Deliver us from this evil, or let us perish.
Okay. But look, there's hearts everywhere. It can't be that evil.
Everyone knows hearts mean love.
Yeah. It's the Ace of Spades that were evil all along.
The death card.
Yeah, take one look and die. Oh, chess pieces are back because, of course. Chess pieces have failed miserably. Because, of course.
If their only hope was the Griffin leading them, then things are more dire than they thought.
Oh, yeah. I very briefly stepped over the edge. Did not fall because I didn't look down.
Think some F-Zero GX Pro speedrun strats.
I'm surprised anyone remembers that speed run.
Oh, it's legendary in my head. Only speedrun I've ever seen where you need to spend 90% of your time not on the course.
I mean, you shouldn't, but that guy certainly did.
Yeah. Plus, literally the only way to beat the, second or third stage?
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's GX. Whichever the last game you won that was at the story mode. If you play it on hard, then you will basically lose every time unless you essentially cheat by flying off the side of the course for like one frame. You need to do it
Sounds like terrible design.
But you need to do it like 30 times in a row, so you spend half your time not actually on the course.
Yep. Yeah, it's a frame perfect trick that increases your speed slightly, but if you fail, you die.
Yeah.
Speedrunner went for it like dozens of times over the course of the live GDQ run.
Yep. Made the half dozen or so times he almost made it to the course just that little bit more exhilarating. But yeah, they basically, with that game, they took the idea of difficulty, threw it in the trash, and just made everything unfair.
Yeah, I've never played a F-Zero game, and that seems like not the one to try out.
Not on hard. Apparently for casual play, it's really good fun, but if you're planning on doing the story mode, don't do it on any difficulty bigger than normal.
I know the soundtrack kicks ass. I stole some songs from the soundtrack.
Yeah. And there's one piece
Put in
of
my
music
Twisted Metal mix,
which everybody loves for one of the cutscenes, which is not on the soundtrack and no one knows where it's come from.
Perfect.
It's one where you engage in some insider match fixing with a bum. He says he's going to bet on you if you win. And the intro cutscene has a really, really good piece of music that's never been found.
That's even more weird than everything else I've learned about that game in the past minute. I thought I saved in the middle of that round.
Yeah.
Whatever. Guess I didn't feel like it. Well, these guys aren't actually, like, doing anything. But they shoot knockback shots.
Yeah.
If you let them live. These guys, however, seem completely worthless. Over their heads and through the woods.
To the Red Queen's house we go.
We damn well better. It's ridiculous how much of this game is just lava levels.
Yeah.
How often does lava show up in actual Alice in Wonderland? Probably not a hell of a lot.
You don't remember Alice's adventures on Krakatoa?
They seem to have slipped my mind. Alice in Pompeii, I guess.
Yeah.
I accidentally hit the button that loads, but it ate my input and did not load the previous save.
Lucky.
Lucky me.
But then again, this stage does seem incredibly samey, so it's hard to tell.
True. It also seems like when they shoot each other, it does hurt them, just not very much.
One got knocked into the lava.
Yep, that's always nice.
Alice and Mints and Helen's. Sadly, the story Alice climbs Arthur's seat, not as interesting as you might think. One for the Scottish viewers out there, so probably just me.
Although if you ever want to become a porn star, Alice Caldera, you could do a lot worse.
That does sound like an adult entertainer name. It's quite a good one.
Yeah.
Nom de porn.
Just gotta check OnlyFans to make sure it isn't already taken. It does break the rule unless your childhood pet was named Caldera, though.
Very true.
The music has now gotten intentionally Yamaoka-esque. Or so it seems. Well, shouldn't have gone for that.
Well, Alice goes diving in Tang.
Yep. Thankfully, autosaves. I guess I should go for that, because there's no other way.
Yeah. Seems like a bit of a beginner's trap there, though.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to see that it's a big fall. Not very costly, at least.
Yeah. I always put it right to the beginning rather than 3 steps from the end.
Yep.
It wouldn't aim to do that. Well, so yes, things are finally getting to their meaty crescendo here.
Yeah, the walls are literally made of intestines.
Also, that would be another good porn star name, Meaty Crescendo.
Yeah, not bad. Got that guy before he could even see me.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when the gigantic energy gun also works as a really effective sniper rifle.
Yeah. Stealthy in its way.
I mean, if they don't see you coming, technically.
But there's no ropes near me right now.
Yeah, guide is as helpful as ever. Follow the path around the yucky-looking tower, jump over to the rocky bridge, and then climb over to the other side.
Man.
Could you be slightly more vague? Because that was almost helpful. Although kudos for using the phrase yucky tower.
Yeah. As porno names go, we accept those.
Actually, I think that's the specialty move of Alice Caldera, the yucky tower.
Ah. Okay, here's something. Something that makes perfect sense.
Ah, okay.
The tiniest crevice.
Wow.
It's like one of those optical illusion things where you look at a wall of meat, but then when you get close to it and change the perspective, there's a very small entrance.
Ah, the old classic.
Yep. Jump. Thank you. Hello, lone imp. Allow me to massively overkill you. Yeah, let's get a reasonable weapon out here. Because the imps might be like the most recently encountered enemy.
Yeah, enemy variety in this game is not great, is it?
It's not, and it doesn't make very much sense where they place enemies. Like, obviously imps make sense here, but they have no HP, so they are a distinct downgrade from everything we fought in the entire game up to this point.
Yeah. Remember the soundtrack being a lot more diverse as well, and I'm not sure if it's the remaster or if that is also my memory lying to me.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
There's not nearly enough enemies to put you to good use.
It's another really cool item that you will get no use out of.
Yep. We've almost never had good use for berserkification.
I think you've managed to kill like 3 enemies in total.
Yeah.
With reloads.
Big wasted opportunity.
Yeah, at least in the sequel, it's like a Devil Trigger style mode that you can turn on and off at will.
Yeah. You don't even climb ledges faster. Guess we're going over here. And it's over. Okay, just in time for
one
actual
time it
enemies to
would have
show
been
up.
helpful.
Yep. No. This is definitely a job for Jax. Jax to lose their target and bounce around for a long time first. Much better. I barely regret stepping over the edge once again. Oh, more little guys.
They're just a couple of little guys.
Yep. And it's their birthday.
Oh, birthday guys.
Jax got that guy. They're getting everybody. Still the best weapon.
Ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's one of those things where the amount of hits it does is timed to your frame cap or whatever.
Could be.
Or clock cycle. That would explain why it just shreds everything.
That was a dick move. Putting one of these guys at the top of a, like, gas vent that I couldn't see the top of. Okay, it is more than time that we have saved.
Yep. I think there's another guy down there as well anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Don't want to deal with him while platforming. Just let the bees get rid of it.
Did he arc that?
Sort of. Seems like he fired it through the edge of collision.
Yeah.
Like he stuck his wand through the wall. Getting a good look at the fleshy bricks. How high is this thing going to send me? All the way to the top. Yep. Fucking Minecraft hole in the ground here. Tentacles, they're back.
Stage design courtesy of Screaming Mad George.
If only.
We should probably do Paranoia Escape at some point. Only to show off how fucking weird that game is.
It's pretty short.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a note in its favor.
I think you can complete the entire thing in like 40 minutes.
Yep.
And unlock a music video.
It was on a GDQ show where they play a game for an hour as a, like, competitive thing. 2 people play it for an hour, and whoever gets the furthest wins. Both of them beat it. Apparently they have an idle animation where they just flip their wands around so as to be visually impressive. Trying to pick up chicks.
Maybe.
I don't think this cricket is...
do with his wand.
Apparently not. Is cricket gonna help me or what?
Nah, it's just chilling.
It's rather astoundingly out of place here. Oh, it's a friend. It melted my face and turned me into a cricket. What? Well, I like this.
I never got this.
It doesn't appear to serve any purpose, but it's pretty cool.
Looks like you're moving faster, maybe jumping higher.
Yeah, definitely jumping higher.
Yeah, I should say this is completely new to me.
And it's over.
Yeah.
It was obviously just a Berserk style upgrade, but man, the transformations in this game are amazing and utterly pointless.
Yeah. So cool, so exciting, so utterly pointless.
Yeah. Like that should have been, we should have been unlocking permanent transformations.
Yeah.
I should be able to permanently be a goat by this point, permanently be a bug.
I mean, other than the weapons, the only permanent upgrade we got was the turtle shell, and it wasn't that useful.
The turtle shell sucks. And it looks like garbage compared to the actual transformations.
Yeah.
It could have at least turned us into, like, a minotaur with a turtle shell. Since that's how we got the transformation.
Bullied the mock turtle and giving us his shell.
Yeah. Went right up the spine.
The queen, my lower incisors for the queen. Where is that wretched creature?
Maybe we had found her. We haven't seen her in the entire game so far, and yet she's the big bad.
Yeah, she only has one real appearance in the sequel as well, which is kind of weird, because she's not really that threat in that one. She just really shows up to go, okay, so here's what you need to do, because things are even more fucked up than they were in my day. It literally feels like one of those weird contractual obligations.
This is not what the spine looked like when we were climbing up it in the first place.
No, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
That looks like a set piece I'd actually want to see.
I'm guessing it's like beta artwork that they left in. Because it's hard to see. I don't get why the blood looks like baked beans, though.
Baked beans or some kind of weird soup.
Yeah.
Like really bad chili.
Either way, it looks semi-edible. Not like it should be hurting me.
It looks disgusting, but it would probably smell amazing.
This looks disgusting and looks like it would smell terrible.
Well, up the fart hole we go.
Indeed. Okay, this one doesn't open. Why would it? We've only opened much, much larger doors without any effort whatsoever. How about you? No. No indication of which doors are actually doors, ever. Maybe this is an indication.
Oh god, it's like Silent
Obviously, we
Hill
won't be able to go through the
Origins.
clubs.
It's like Silent Hill Origins all over again. 50 doors in the hospital and only 12 of them open. You have to check each and every one. I fucking hated that game.
That's pretty Silent Hill in general, if we're being honest.
I know, it's like the second or third dungeon, for lack of a better term, and it's 3 floors of a full-size hospital, and it's got a mirror world as well that you can travel back and forth between. It is genuinely one of the worst horror games I've ever played.
Yeah, Origins appears to be the worst Silent Hill, but I've never played it.
Homecoming is worse.
That is the consensus opinion. I don't see how it could be worse.
Oh, it manages to find a way.
Yeah, I guess I'll find out someday. I own Homecoming.
Yeah, it was on sale on Steam quite recently.
Oh god. The PC version is especially busted.
I wish
so that's one reason to play it.
I wished I'd been able to record when I tried to play it for the PC. Thinking with portals.
Yeah. But first, we gotta see our old friends.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Jibber Jabber.
Jabberjaws.
And the madman himself,
The Green
Joker.
The Green Man, straight from Five Nights at Freddo's.
We're not allowed in the mirror, it's just a cool effect. Mirrors are notoriously hard to program into video games, so I guess they were showing off.
Yeah, you basically need to program the room twice.
Yeah, exactly. Especially putting a mirror in the middle of the room like this. So there's like a clone room back here, which is not physically possible. Well done. Just shoving it in the faces of other developers for no reason.
I think the original version of Prey was still in development at this point. It was meant to come out in like 99, 2000.
I believe it. Didn't it ultimately come out in like 2003 or 4? Or 5 even?
Closer to like 2007, 2008.
Find the way. Some
that sounds about right.
When they do.
I think it'd been in the works since like 98, 99. And then it came out like 2 entire console generations later. And 360.
That's always a good sign. Apparently there's a lot of shots in Who Framed Roger Rabbit that are intended to be like ways of them showing off where wires are not.
Yes, that's...
By having the actors like swing things through that area.
Yep. For example, the scenes where Eddie is handcuffed to Roger, they essentially trained him to use a pair of trick handcuffs that would move to certain positions when he moved his wrist. And they did that solely so they could be like, yeah, we're not using any, like, camera trickery or anything. Everything is being done as you see it.
Yeah, that one in particular is their huge show-off moment that most people would not get because, I mean, you would be the layman. You'd be buying into the movie magic. But
yeah, you would just assume...
If you weren't, then it's mind-blowing stuff.
Yep.
I've never seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I have not seen it since I was a kid, but I imagine it still holds up.
Yep, that's my understanding. I mean, I've seen a lot of scenes from it because it was like always on in the background when I was a kid.
Yep.
Okay, the club door did open because we saw clubs in the mirror. But is it progress? Apparently so. Was the universe supposed to instantly load in like that? I have no idea. So... now it says Jabberwock, Dumbledore, Hat Guy. Guess we take this information back. Nope, that's one-way trip.
Try shooting?
That's worth a shot. Literally. Oh.
That did something, at least.
Yeah. Don't know if it was something good. It did spawn in new enemies.
So nice.
So that could just be a punishment because we failed the puzzle, or that could be progress in the puzzle. Don't know yet.
Okay, yeah, it looks like that was actually what you were meant to do.
It's all we could do, so it makes sense. And it would be correct. Okay, what does this tell us? Go back to the clubs, or the diamonds.
It looks like Club Diamond Spade. So, Tweedles, Wokey-Doo, and Hatamarang.
What the hell is this? Bye, guys.
No, that's a card trick. Okay, out. It's some kind of demented card orgy.
And we hop in the spotlight, and then something. So we covered up the face of you. Didn't I shoot you last time, though?
Yeah, it seems to be the one that you went through the door of that you're meant to shoot. Again,
Yeah. Did I screw up the last one?
slapdash at best.
Yeah, I think I failed the last puzzle.
Yeah,
Is what I'm learning.
things gone a bit dark, so...
But now I've fixed it. So that door should be solved, and then I gotta go solve the other two, including the one that I thought I solved first, but didn't. I'm gonna need a bigger gun. Then we do it all again. A big sort of fetch quest. It did wipe the image off of the wall. At least there's that. So we know we're making progress. What other movies are there that it's absolutely baffling that I haven't seen yet?
I was talking to Art recently. Because he's been doing his Year of the Mecha thing over on his channel. And he started collecting laser discs. And
Those things are degrading rapidly because the glue is coming out. Coming undone.
Suffering quite badly from disc rot, quite a lot of them as well.
Yeah.
Which is a problem because quite a lot of them have stuff like director commentaries, which were only ever on those discs. So people have been able to pull them off and add them to other films, but it's still kind of a big deal that they're dying, essentially.
That's for sure, yeah.
But we were talking, he's started watching stuff like Review from Red Letter Media. And he was like, so have you heard of this film? And I'm, just like looking over at my collection of Blu-rays. I'm like, maybe. It's like, yeah, this is really...
Depends on how negatively you would judge me if I had.
Now, do you mean that in a good way, or... Put it this way, can we still be friends if you know I like some weird sex pervert movies? Yeah,
like Takashi Miike has made movies on camcorder, specifically for the mood of it.
Yeah. MPD Psycho is another good one for that as well. An adaptation of the manga. And big chunks of it were censored for the Western release. Well, it was censored for the original TV release, and then it was put out uncensored on DVD in Japan. And when it was released in the West, they gave them the censored versions for some reason. I don't know if it was a production snafu or what. And because like big chunks of the screen are pixelated, you think, okay, there's some serious hardcore horror going on here. And then it's just like, nope, that's a close-up of an eyeball. I can understand how that might freak people out, but it's not really the pinnacle of terror.
Ew, look at all those breakfasts.
Like, okay, yes, that is the top half of a head that's had the top of the skull cut out, and there is a flower in it now. That is kind of creepy. But it also looks really low budget. That brain looks like it's made of jelly.
Mostly a Rorschach test of a movie.
Pretty much. Also doesn't help that I'm incredibly jaded by most gore.
That is one lurid bake sale. Okay, we finally completed the busy work.
Yeah. So, back to the game.
Bravery and I are not on intimate terms. My natural curiosity is tempered with caution. Thus I've lived long. But now, ignoring my instinct to flee or fib, I speak the truth without regard to consequence. Your courage deserves no less. You've suffered great pain, and you've caused some. You've endured deep grief and feelings of guilt, but you will be tested by a more wrenching anguish, Alice. There is worse to come. You and this Red Queen cannot both survive. You are two parts of the same...
I forgot that happened.
This will explain everything, Alice.
Boom. I remembered the Cheshire Cat died. I forgot it was mid-sentence. And that he exploded.
About time we got a bit of a body count going.
Who am I?
Oh, the Red Queen's looking pretty cool.
Yep, those horns look familiar.
Aha.
The claws. Yep, turns out this has all been an enemy within situation.
My God. Okay. Seemed to have exploded the second I shot her. Let's see what I'm supposed to do here. I guess this is the only unskippable cutscene in the game.
Who am I? Off with
That's going to be a problem. Off with her head. And then her face falls off and a tentacle grows out of the wall. Now she's perfectly susceptible to our laser.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're meant to hit her head.
Hitting her center of the mass seems to be my best bet so far.
Certainly looked like that was around about where it was doing the most damage.
Yeah. Also seemed like she broke the floor more last time. Then something happened and I died. Probably the same thing that happened to the Cheshire Cat.
Death by head exploding.
Basically. Oh, that was a big whiff.
Yeah, right. The guy says here that the ground tentacle, if you keep moving, it will most likely never hit you. Once again, I call him a liar.
A web of lies. Okay, she definitely did something here. It's probably going to be another tentacle. Nope. I'm willing to save. Because that has to indicate some kind of progress. Oh, she's staying in place, more or less. Maybe I'll just throw a knife at her? Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do, or the Jabberwock's eye.
Probably the eye.
Yeah, I would assume, like, the Vorpal Blade would be important, but so far it has not been.
No. Once you get the croquet mallet, it's basically outclassed.
Yeah. The eyeball didn't do anything instantly. Might need to get a sustained shot on her eventually.
Yeah.
There's the instant win button. Pretty sure I broke out of that, but whatever. Well, I'm alive, but why? At least I was able to bring up the load menu.
Yeah, at least
Mid cutscene.
At least we know she's relatively close to dying.
Yeah, and we're doing the right thing. She can be beat with this strategy. Just need to get a little bit lucky. So far, I'm not getting lucky, but I did win anyway.
Hey!
I guess I'm getting good at this fight that I will hopefully never have to do again in my life.
Yep, gotta love that crunchy squishiness.
So much spaghetti got stirred. I guess that's the Mad Hatter, who was a very insignificant character overall.
Yeah, I don't know why he shows up there.
Raw, well-ordered, ruthless, careening on the jagged edge of reality. Self-pitying dreamers are not wanted here. They cannot survive here. You fear the truth. You live in shadows. Your pathetic attempts to reclaim your sanity have failed. Retreat to the sterile safety of your self-delusions, or risk inevitable annihilation. If you destroy me, you destroy yourself. Leave now, and some hollow part of you may survive. Stay, and I will break you down. You will lose yourself forever!
I've got power armor.
Joke's on you, I've got a shield belt.
You don't scare me. Even finaler, boss?
Yep, final form.
Yay! She's got crab claws now. Okay, they at least give us hearts instead of just tiny refills. Go for the sack. Go for the face. Go for the other face.
It looked like you destroyed the arm face thing.
That's probably a good thing. What's this? Oh, there's the blunderbuss. Kablamo. And blunderbust. Head. So here's where we're supposed to acquire the blunderbuss. And it's useless. What are the odds?
Yep.
I'm back.
General advice. Jump, shoot, jump, shoot, jump, shoot.
Nah. I'll just shoot the... It seemed like I shot a tentacle off one of the nipples.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if she's shape-shifting or she is actually taking damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And
That probably indicates something. Nah, she never had a tentacle on that nipple in the first place, so... That was not a state change of any sort. Man, that deals a lot of damage. Is my armor even doing anything?
I think it's just an effect.
Must be.
Okay, you won't actually see her getting hurt, so don't worry if she shows no sign of weakening.
I mean, I could have told you that. No boss has demonstrated any sign of getting hurt besides the occasional, like,
Lynch.
twitch animation.
Yeah, apparently she doesn't even have that.
Classy.
So this is just pick up ammo, bring on the harshness, and then
I mean, she turns red. That could just be a lighting thing, or it could mean damage is happening.
yeah. Apparently she's taking damage no matter what.
Well, we got to see the base of the monstrosity. I thought I was going to survive those rockets.
Because I swear, like, that dragon head just on the right, I'm sure you destroyed it.
Well, it goes away automatically
Yeah.
after a second. Damn. Got shot while I was jumping. Death sentence.
Not a game in which rocket jumping is a thing, unfortunately.
Not a thing you can control, that's for sure. No idea what it is that's supposed to be emerging from her belly every so often like that. Yeah, I got the pickup from the lower platform previously. It's the blunderbuss,
Yeah.
a weapon that requires absolutely all of your mana to be fired even one time.
Yep. Good against big packs of enemies, not so great against bosses like this, unfortunately.
I'm sure it would be fine, but the laser is also fine. Perhaps even more than fine.
Apparently the laser does more damage over a longer period of time.
Yeah, I would fully believe that. Also, something exploded off of her during my last volley of attacks.
I don't know if she's shooting out meat chunks or what.
It definitely seems like I'm maybe zapping something off of her, although maybe it's vestigial.
Yeah.
She never needed it in the first place.
Yes, there's a total of one gun in the game.
Yeah, sustained fire on a tentacle didn't do anything that time, so... Oh, pull yourself up, thank you.
Close.
Thank you for eating my jump in the first place and then not killing me. Throw down a save, because why not at this point? Sure wish my attack was going off, but it's not. That was a problem.
And if it was
If you're on fire, it like interrupts your animation.
Yeah. Wasn't sure if that was the same weird fire attack the first phase did.
Damn it. Switched on my preferred weapon. Banshee Roar. Never fun. Damn it. It's gonna eat most of my jumps going through these platforms.
Yeah.
Just because of the nature of how jumps work in this game.
Yeah, it seems that anything involving even a slight incline or decline, and you're taking your life in your hands.
Pretty much. I'm used to it. homing missiles. That worked out well enough in my favor.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gone again. Goodbye. I'll do my platforming now while she's gone.
Yeah.
Is she dead?
Possibly?
She's starting into fireworks. That's probably dead. Well, she might still have one last attack, even though she's 1 trillion pieces of meat.
Oh, man. If David Cronenberg made screensavers.
Stretched for 16 by 9.
Count the pixels with me, children.
Oh, we fixed it. We even saved the Griffin.
Yep.
A character no one cared about.
Remember all those deaths that we cried about?
Turns out we were a jackass. We even brought back the mayor.
That is such a winner is you screen at the end there.
Oh, she's turned into Dorothy. Hooray!
Yeah, it would be so much nicer if it weren't for the fact that between this game and the next one, everything gets even worse for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a sorry ending.
Yeah. Didn't want to spoil it for you because honestly, that, as I said, just that bit where they all pose together looks like something from You Did It, Banjo-Kazooie ending.
Yeah, it would have been better if it were like in with the tone of the game, like if it were something subtly horrifying.
Yeah, it just does a complete 180 in terms of everything is, like, up until that point, everything is about as dark and depressing as you can get, and then suddenly everything is nice and happy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I assume is why they decided the next game to do a complete 180 and have everything terrible forever for Alice.
Yeah, it makes more sense. It's what they do best.
Additional girl choir performance by Jessica. That's Jessica Adams from the band Jack Off Jill.
Oh, nice. Wouldn't want to give her full credit or anything.
Yeah. Well, professionally, she goes by Jessica. So.
Okay.
And also the band Starling, which is her main project these days, I think. Big fan of her work.
Yeah, I mean, she was sort of undersold by this game, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Not a lot of vocals in general.
No. I think basically all they did was essentially record her going la, and then put it through a synthesizer so they could just play her voice essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the 2 final bosses visually were some of the best designs in the entire game. Gameplay-wise, they were a bit rough, but
yeah, I remember the scene with the Matryoshka faces at the end of the first phase. I remember seeing that and thinking it was the coolest thing I'd seen in a game in years.
It was pretty damn cool. And it made for, like, you could see that face on the boss during the fight. Made for a cool effect.
The level design.
So as usual, it's character designs that they shine through no matter what's going on. Part of the very special thanks. Squeeze in any final thoughts. My final thought is it's a damn shame that I played Psychonauts before this.
Yep. Also, this is a game that definitely works better as a memory. Like, as I said, I remember playing this back in like 2000, 2002, and absolutely loving it to bits. And we've just torn all those fond memories apart.
I mean, I'm going to say that I am going to remember this fondly. I did not enjoy playing it especially much.
Yeah.
But I like the experience of having played it.
Again, it's kind of like Drakengard in that it's a game that I would recommend people play. Not necessarily enjoy, but definitely play.
Yeah. Drakengard does a lot better at saying stuff.
Yeah. It also feels like there's a lot that possibly got left on the cutting room floor as well.
That seems likely.
Because
We also killed the soundtrack. Now it's just nothing but thunder. There was probably an end credits theme that we didn't get to hear due to a sound glitch.
Yeah. The entire soundtrack's up on YouTube if anyone's interested. There's some...
Yeah, I might actually fix that in editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Psychonauts did the same idea of going into a fantasy world in order to solve someone's mental illnesses.
Yep.
Much better a dozen times. This game is about the equivalent of one level of Psychonauts, and it didn't do any of them. It didn't do it as well as any of those levels. So again, Psychonauts just blows this out of the water. It's not even fair to compare them.
I will say the second game is much better in terms of gameplay. Much less slapdash. Feels like it is missing something. Like this first one has a sort of early 2000s edginess to it that you just can't replicate. You know, and
Totally.
that feels like it's missing. But it is the superior game in pretty much every way. The sequel's basically this with the rough edges smoothed off.
Yeah, overall, I gotta say I like this game, even though it's not objectively good in pretty much any way.
Yeah, I will say I'm very glad I was not playing it.
But yeah, nonetheless, greater than the sum of its parts, for no discernible reason.
Yeah.
It just has a weird spark of magic.
At the end of the day, I don't want anyone thinking that we disliked this game. It's very rough.
Very much so.
But there is unmistakably a charm to it.
Totally. That's it for Alice. We might do the sequel if we're lucky. I would love to, but my computer might murder me if I try.
Yeah.
So this is the best game I've ever played. And I'm going to start playing it again right now.
It's been fun. Never call me again.